Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the Skeptical One.
I'm Erin, the Believer. And today we have two special guests with us.
Yes, we're super excited. We have Ashley and Jessica from the podcast Histories and Mysteries Uncovered.
Hello. I am Ashley, the Skeptical One.
I am Jessica, the Believer.
I love that it worked out so well.
I will have a partner.
Although I do have to say, I think I'm a bit more of a believer than Megan because I do believe in the paranormal and ghosts and stuff, but I believe, yes, but I believe like only 10% of the stories I hear. Most of them I think are explained other ways.
She always tries to debunk them on our end too.
I do.
Yeah. Megan calls it, when she can't debunk it, she calls it a UFO because it's unidentified.
There you go. There you go.
I love when I get her on a UFO.
Mm-hmm. They're rare.
Well, tell us about your podcast, ladies.
Oh, okay. So we have Histories and Mysteries Uncovered. It is we come out weekly on Sunday nights at 7, and we touch on true crime, history, and paranormal. A little bit heavier on the true crime and the history than the paranormal, but we try and do it all.
Splash it in.
Splash it in, yes.
I love that. I love that you have it open that you can discuss all the things.
All the things, yeah. And sometimes that leaves it pretty open to really touch on anything we want, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but how did you guys meet?
Oh, I always let Ashley explain. Okay, I'll go.
Very quiet over here because
I like to let her talk. We met through another podcast Facebook group. Ashley had posted that she was looking for a co-host for a podcast. She had originally started one with somebody else, but that fell through. And she was like, I'm just really like wanting to find somebody that's just as weird as me. She didn't say that, but and I commented immediately yes, because I had been wanting to do a podcast for forever, but none of my friends wanted to kind of commit to one, I guess. So that's how we met. So I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
And she's in the United States.
Yeah. That is cool. So how often do you guys talk throughout the week?
Pretty much every day. Yeah. Yeah. So, since she's international, we have to use Facebook Messenger, but that's how we are able to talk every day. Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. So
when Jessica's daughter came on earlier, she called you Aunt Ashley. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's really cute. What a way to, like, make a friendship.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was really cool. And of course, I checked out her Facebook first to make sure she wasn't like a loser, which she is, but I thought it was okay.
Sometimes like loser in a good way. Like I'm in a cool way.
She is.
Yeah. Yep,
so funny. Oh my gosh. Erin, I have to ask, where in Canada is your husband from?
He's from London, Ontario.
Oh, I used to live there.
Oh, really?
What a small world.
I lived there for like 4 years for high school.
Oh, nice. Oh, what high school? Oh, no, you're young. He's old like me.
Well, that's okay. I went to Medway High School. It was like a country high school.
Oh, I think he went to a Catholic high school, which is weird because he's like the least Catholic person I know.
Those Catholic high school kids never turn out to be like real Catholic.
No.
Like they go to Catholic school and I guess that's enough for them because they're over it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's funny.
And Ashley, you and Erin have something in common, don't you? Something about crows.
Yeah. So on her their last episode, Erin was talking about how she really likes crows and wants to join a crow cult. And I am right there with her. I would join a crow cult in a second. I love crows.
It really turns out that like a lot of people are on this bandwagon.
Yeah,
and
you've got a lot of buzz.
I know. Our Facebook page was like, I also want to be friends with crows.
Who knew?
There was a whole murder in our next door neighbor's backyard yesterday.
I love that.
And not the kind that you want all the tea from, though. It's like,
no, like newscasters came.
Yeah,
it was a bunch of crows.
I love that.
I went out and I put a little treat for him.
Oh, cute.
They all flew away. And I was like,
Oh.
the murder. That's what I thought I was only giving a treat to one, but they all
murder
flew
hates
away.
me. They
The
hate me.
murder is flying away.
I think it may have been, I took an animal behavior class in college, so this may have been where I watched, but I watched a documentary on crows once.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it was. I'm hoping that's where it was, but I don't know. And it was just so cool how they recognize your face and they'll warn other crows if you're mean to like fly away so they don't get hurt. It's just so cool. They're so smart.
They're so smart. I know. I love it. Also, this is not quite related, but it's bird related. Do you ever just get fascinated when you see those birds like do the patterns in the sky?
always.
What are they doing?
That's so
those are
cool.
amazing.
That is
They're
so
having sex.
Well, I am mesmerized.
They literally attach themselves and then fly while they're doing it.
No way. The whole
Yeah.
group of them? The
not
whole group.
not in the
Well, not a
in the
whole
same
group of
pattern
them,
moment.
but
Kind of sex
I
you
mean,
got it going
maybe.
over there, Ashley.
We don't judge.
a little bird orgy.
Just call me a bird watcher. Fascinating.
Well, apparently, as you get older, you're supposed to really get into birding. So I think we're getting there. My parents are real into birding. They real like watching bird watching.
Sounds like your parents are perverts. Just kidding.
You know.
Just kidding.
Well, we're so excited that you guys are here tonight, and we hear that you guys have got some long stories for us. And if you are a fan of our podcast, you know we like them long.
Yeah, and we should probably give you full disclosure. Anybody listening, we have just recorded the episode for Ashley and Jessica's podcast. So I have had one bourbon, and now I've switched to beer.
Yeah, they know that means we've been drinking for a bit.
Yeah, so the jokes will probably get dirtier here. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Sorry I called your parents perverts.
But she's just getting started, so
It's
no
okay.
one
Neither
to
of them
say.
listen to podcasts, so it's fine.
Oh, sweet. As we look down the hallway to make sure Erin's kids are not
I
listening.
know. I can hear them. What are they doing?
They're good and liquored up. They're about to tell the pervert jokes.
It's spring break, so everybody's wild here,
Oh
including
yeah.
including us.
Spring break.
That's
Well,
right.
so my story is actually short. Sorry,
Oh,
but
that's okay.
that's okay.
Sometimes
for
we
it.
like them short.
It's all about the action. It's fine.
I was gonna say it's all about the motion of the ocean, right? But I am anxious to hear Megan's take. But now that I heard that you believe in cryptids, I'm not as anxious to hear it. But
Well, you know
Not
what's
all
weird?
cryptids. Not all cryptids.
You know, it's really weird. I don't really believe in cryptids that much.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Why?
That's funny.
I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Yeah.
I don't really
Okay,
believe in
but you
cryptids either.
As soon as Ashley tells you what her story is, you have to look up a picture of him
Oh,
Ooh, I cannot wait.
because
I love
he is the cutest little
He's
thing.
so cute.
So cute. He looks like an old man with his pants like hiked all the way up.
Oh,
Have you guys ever heard of the Fresno Nightcrawler?
Oh, the Fresno night. You told me you were going to do this. I'm so excited. This was our Christmas card this year.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But it looks like a little band.
Yeah, they look like little pants
Okay.
or
I
big
can't-
pants.
I
Big
can't wait.
pants. Yeah.
Like like how old men just like hike their pants all the way
Yeah.
up to their fucking chin.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what they kind of look like.
That's all they are. It's just a pair of pants because
Yeah.
we did a TikTok on this, right?
Yeah.
Remember? That's the first time I ever saw. Yeah. That
He's
is
so cute. There's
are.
one.
Are
Someone
so
drew him with like a big old booty. It was real cute.
I loved that one.
I've never heard like the backstory, so I'm super excited about this.
Or any information. Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
know a
I'm
lot.
anxious to see what you guys think it is. Have you
Okay.
seen the videos of it?
We've seen one. We did a TikTok.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I got my sources from cryptidfandom.com and Ranker Graveyard Shift.
All right.
You're already more professional than us. We never cite our sources. so-
Unless you guys check out their episode, because I did.
Oh yeah,
She
Erin
did. She did a lot of sources. Yeah.
That's right.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Wikipedia.
Shut up. I did.
Wikipedia.
So, the Fresno Nightcrawler. One headline I read said haunted pair of pants, alien, ghost. What is our sweet little Fresno Nightcrawler? You may have seen the famous video of it gliding across the ground at night. The video is super eerie if you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
super eerie, but it's so cute. And for the listeners, he kind of looks like if Gumby had no arms and was white. Do you guys remember Gumby?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great description.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Gumby. Loved me some Gumby back in the day.
Me too.
But apparently this creature was first seen in 1990s, but he didn't really make a splash until 2007 in Fresno, California, which is where he gets his name, Fresno Nightcrawler. A man named Jose decided to put up a security camera above his garage because every night his dogs were barking and the poor man needed sleep. And he wanted to see what they were barking at. What he found was startling. He called the police because he didn't know what to do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what do you say on that call?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Pants. There are pants in my yard.
Keep barking at pants.
There's a pair of pants. Come help me.
Oh man.
And it was at this point that the media got a hold of his footage and blew it up. And that's probably the footage that you've seen of this Nightcrawler. He's also been seen one other time in Yosemite National Park, which is also in California. One guy claimed to have seen him in Poland too. But both of these were caught on video. So one video in Yosemite was a security camera footage where there are two creatures. One is really small, like less than 0.5 meters.
Like a little baby pair of pants.
Yes.
It's the video I just watched, and it is so eerie.
Is it?
I'm really going to have to go get our Christmas card this year to show you guys, because we send out our Patreon's Christmas card of cryptids.
Yeah.
And it's the Fresno Nightwalkers. Even though we don't know much about them, I just thought they were cute.
They're so cute. I want like a little like plushie of the Fresno Nightcrawler.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So in this one, you have like the little one, and you can see the feet of them in this video. And this is kind of gross. It appears to be some sort of webbing connecting them from the knees to the upper body.
Oh,
what?
I would love to see that up close.
In. Webbing from their knees to their
upper body. Yeah. Some kind of
wait.
like.
Where did we see this?
On the
the Yosemite security cam footage.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah, we definitely gotta watch that.
And they do seem to travel in twos. Most sightings of them, there's a larger one and a smaller one.
Oh,
I know, isn't that cute? Leading people to believe that it's either a child with an adult or possibly different sexes, like a male and a female, or one is the dominant one and one is not the dominant one. So there's like different theories on why, but they're always together in twos. It's more cute.
That is
little Fresno Nightcrawler in training.
Yeah. There's also another creature called the Carmel area creature, who they think is the same type of creature, but like different. This one's kind of gross. But this creature was seen by a former Marine and his wife and is described as 7 feet tall, slender, and gray.
Oh, that's a Slender Man.
Yeah, right? That's kind of sounds like
alien.
I know you use the word slender.
Context clues.
So a quote from him says, "We recently bought a place in Fort Hill area. We first noticed after about 30 days of living here that we suddenly have a perfect circle that stays fresh green no matter what weather in our front yard. On Friday the 12th, we were driving home after turning on Carmel Road, which leads to our road. We went around the curve by the Carmel Church and then up some small incline, approximately 10 feet over the incline in front of our truck. The alien ran across the road and into the woods."
Oh my gosh.
So the Carmel creature is described as extremely tall, while the Fresno Nightcrawler is shorter, and the Carmel creature walks with backwards knees.
Oh no, nobody wants that.
While the Fresno does not. So they are very different, but some people think that they're maybe like a subspecies or like something related to each other.
No, I think they're totally separate. No.
The backwards knees thing is just disgusting.
Yeah, that's
You
disgusting.
said it so confident.
Well,
No, totally separate.
These little Fresnos, they're too adorable to be associated with that.
So cute.
Right?
And so some of the explanations that people have for what the Fresno Nightcrawler is, an alien. That's always
Maybe.
got to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
A new species, possibly a primate with just really short arms that don't pick up in the video very well.
Those are the
I
tiniest
hope
those
that's
little
it.
hands. Those little hands.
Little T-Rex arms.
That's so cute.
This one's stupid, but I put it in here because it was listed. A misidentified deer standing upright.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
He trained them
Mhm.
all to do that.
Mhm.
That was a skeptic really searching.
They also have a podcast and they had to come up with something.
Right.
Pants or a puppet on a wire. But
Okay.
I would like to say, to debunk that, Fact or Fake did an episode on the video evidence and decided that the video was real and it wouldn't be possible to fake it.
Huh.
Ooh.
That's very
yeah, they were in an open field. Like there's nothing to hang anything off of.
And I think the way it moved too was like physically that wouldn't work with
wires.
yeah and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
It was
All
very
right, but
fluid motion.
here's my little skeptical brain
Yes.
working overtime though, because that's what it does. Sure, maybe you can't, but we live in the world of like video generated, like you can make that.
CGI.
Yeah,
Or-
but this was from 2011.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't that long ago, you youngin. I know you're very so long ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. I mean, if they can make animated stuff and there's all of this stuff out there, they probably could still do that.
Before I think that, I would think like a robot form, and then they draped a big old cloth around it,
Ooh,
Like-
robot. Okay.
like
okay.
in Baymax.
I have no
I
idea what
love
Baymax is.
Baymax.
It's
Like,
so good.
I'm
So
thinking
cute.
Baywatch. That's something totally
No,
different.
Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
No,
It's
Baymax looks like the
great-
Marshmallow Man.
I know, but they just
Oh, is
didn't.
this an animated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch animated movies. So.
You have
We fell
children.
out a window.
Oh,
It's
you
great.
always talk about that part.
I love it. He's so cute. Well, the
Yeah.
only thing is that this creature was spotted in 2 different places in California. So, well, I guess you could travel with something that
Yeah.
Well,
you
yeah.
know.
Okay. So, okay, look, sometimes I come on hot. Like I'm going to sound like my attitude is going to sound like I'm like coming in hot, but this is because I do this with her all the time.
yes.
So I'm so sorry. Let me readjust that. Well, sure. That's a good point, Ashley. But what I would say is
Such a bitch.
if you're going to really want to drive this home, that it's for real, you're going to go the lengths that it's going to need to get it proven or to get people to believe into it. Have you all ever seen or not seen, have you ever heard the criminal podcast episode about the 2 men who fake the sea monster?
No.
Oh, it's
So
so
good.
good. It's one of their best episodes. And it's
Okay.
like
I like that
they-
podcast.
they were like in 1950s. It was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they went to great lengths to
Like
do
they
this,
made big feet.
to
to
do this
leave-
whole prank for their whole town. And it snowballed like almost out of control. And they had like the news and like everybody coming in. And it was just these 2 men. And they took it to their grave until the very end. And then one of them finally
wow.
confessed. It was the 2 of them.
Way to
So-
spoil that entire podcast.
Yeah, sorry, but I had to because that could be something like this, like a great giant hoax that they're like putting it together to do,
Yeah.
that's
No,
great.
yeah.
It's fine. Like he doesn't love the attention of everybody going, these things are so cute and we're going to make a podcast about them. And I mean, I'm on board. I love a good prank. So if it is that,
Good job.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, other theories are
Yeah, that's just my theory. Sorry.
a bird walking like a crane
Mm.
Oh.
or a person wearing big pants and walking on stilts.
That's a
And
great
I was
theory.
going to say that because when I was watching the video, it literally looked like somebody walking on stilts with
Yeah.
giant flowy pants.
Yeah, almost like they're trying to do something
Yeah.
that everybody will buy into.
Yeah, but I could kind of see the crane, like a crane that got mixed up in the laundry. Like they accidentally picked up a sheet
But I feel like if there was a crane that got caught up in clothing, they'd be pretty frantic and running around like all wild.
This crane was also
This
high.
one
It is
just came on
California.
me like,
I look good.
oh,
That too. Because if you watch the video, it's very slow,
yeah, it
deliberate
is very
movements, right?
It definitely doesn't look like an animal to me.
No, I don't
No.
think so either. And just like the flowiness of it too.
Mhm.
So one of the theories is aliens, but they don't really look. This sentence is really stupid. I wrote this a while ago, but it says one of the theories is aliens, but they don't really look like any alien we've seen before. How many aliens do I think we've seen?
But that is true. Like when we think alien, we don't typically think, no arms.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't. It's all brain power.
People who have studied this video say that the creature is too small and move too awkwardly to be human, which same. And there are also those who question why they'd be here. They don't seem to take anything. They don't cause any trouble or abduct anyone. So maybe they're just studying humans if they are aliens.
Hmm.
That's
Well,
interesting.
I feel like if they were studying humans, they might need to pick a better place.
Yeah.
They're kind of in an open field.
Yeah. Not like
maybe
a
if they were
great
at night, like cows or that guy's dogs. But humans, maybe go into the city.
Well, in that video, they were saying that they're like the protectors of the forest.
Oh, so I
Ooh.
get into that in the next paragraph.
Okay, because I thought that was really cute.
Yeah. So another theory is from indigenous folklore. And it said that these creatures have been here even before humans were. And they have long legs to get through swamps and bogs because they mainly live in swamp areas. And it said that they're supposed to help reconnect humans with the natural world, being some sort of peaceful bridge.
Well, I love that.
Isn't that awesome?
Ever heard? That's what I want it to be.
Yeah, I'm
Me
going
too.
with that.
I love that one so much. Another theory is that they may be ghosts. Apparently, if you look closely, it looks as though they are wearing pants, which leads some people to think that they may be just spirits doing a walkabout.
I don't buy that.
I don't either. I don't know what I truly think it is, but I really like the natural, peaceful bridge helping humans to reconnect with nature. That's my favorite theory.
Absolutely. It's so sweet.
Yeah, that's the one I would want it to be, but
I think we solved it.
that it was a hoax.
No.
Because that's where my brain lands every time.
Well, Fact or Fake said the video's real, Megan.
It couldn't be faked.
They said it can't be puppets. I didn't say it's a puppet.
No. They said they didn't think it could be a faked video. They
Sure,
didn't think
yeah.
it could be like animated the way you're trying to say.
No, but it could be a guy on stilts, like Jessica said. She's a genius.
Ow.
Aw, you're so beautiful, Megan.
You too, Jessica. You too.
Oh,
So that's my little short spiel on the Fresno Nightwalker, but he's one of my favorite cryptids.
I'm going to show you our Christmas card that we sent to the Patreons this year.
I love him.
I painted it.
They're so cute.
You painted that, Erin?
Yeah, and on the inside it says, "I think your pants look hot. Patrons, we like you a lot."
Aw.
And look, that's like leaked information. We've not told anybody but the Patreons, but here we go. We'll tell you all.
That's right.
I can't believe you painted that. That's so awesome.
Oh, thanks.
She's an artiste.
I'm an art
That's
teacher.
amazing.
If nothing else.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love that.
It's beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah, so I could send you guys one of these. You guys could just have one of these, but everybody else, you got to be a Patreon if you want one of our custom art.
Like we should send them one.
I will send you one.
I would love it.
It will be holiday themed because I'm not taking the writing off of it. But
yeah.
I like the rhyme. It's very cute.
Thank you. Did y'all get the Hamilton reference? I was like, I don't know if people are going to read this as Hamilton.
Yeah, I don't at all.
Yeah, Megan doesn't get it, but I'm a big musical nerd.
I do. I like musicals a lot. So yes,
I do
was right
too.
there with you.
Nerd. You're the nerd.
Yeah, sure. I'm the one.
I just took my husband to see the book. My husband hates musicals. I just took him to see the Book of Mormon,
He's
So good.
which is hilarious.
Oh,
What?
I've heard she said, "Is he single?" Your husband.
I was joking.
Also, Megan is not single, but
no, I'm not either, and I have a really hard time with boundaries. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. When it comes to a joke, there are none.
No, I do not take offense to it at all. Don't worry.
I'm kidding. So he hates musicals, and you took him to see what?
I took him to
Book
see
of-
the Book of Mormon, which is really, really funny, and he thought it was okay. But then I took him to see Wicked. I don't know why I keep doing this to him. And the poor guy at intermission, he thought it was over.
Oh,
And I was like, no, hun, there's still a whole nother half. He's like, oh my God.
no.
I
was
keep
hoping you were
telling
gonna
her
go.
that we have to meet halfway to go to these things together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
There
true.
you go.
I thought you
Yeah.
were going to say like, and then during intermission, he was like, I actually really enjoy this. I love it. And he had a whole
No.
coming to
No,
Jesus
no,
moment.
no.
No.
He thought it was
Right.
over.
Yeah, I'd say if Book of Mormon didn't do it, because I do
Yeah.
want to see that. That's the one.
Yeah.
It's
musical I
funny.
actually
It's real. It's super inappropriate and
Well, sure.
hilarious.
That's
Well,
why
it was
I wanna
written
go
by
see
the
it.
guys
Yeah,
that
that's
did
why I wanna
South
see it.
Park.
Yeah, it's so
Oh, yeah.
funny.
Our grandmother, that was her favorite show in the whole world was South Park. She made us get her a VCR so she could record it so she wouldn't miss any.
Aww.
That's hilarious.
She convinced our uber conservative aunt to take her to go see the movie, and our aunt had no idea. She thought it was just a cartoon. She had no idea, and left. And then my grandmother would refuse to leave, so she sat and watched the rest of the movie. And our Aunt Elaine had to sit out in the lobby and wait for her. She's like, "I paid to see this. Is my favorite movie. You can go on."
That's amazing.
I love your grandmother.
Yeah, we get it
Yeah.
honest. We get it honest.
Yeah, she was a spitfire for sure.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great. Well, that was a great story, Ashley. Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Yeah.
love hearing about that.
Yeah. Now Jessica's story is going to take us on a slightly different road.
Ooh, I'm
Okay.
excited.
This story, I don't mean to take over your spotlight here, Jess, but this story scared me for weeks after I heard it.
Really?
Oh, good. And
Ooh,
now you
we
get to hear it
like
again.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it, but something about it just really just.
I used to work nights when I first told this story, and I would get home at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'd have to let my dog out for a pee, and I was so scared to go out my door.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
no.
It was terrifying. So I'm going to tell you all about it. It's really scary.
Yay.
So I'm going to start out with some facts about Black-Eyed Kids, and then, oh, sorry, my
Ooh.
story is Black-Eyed Kids.
Kids.
Yay.
Yeah. So I'm going to start out with some facts, and then I'm going to go into some stories.
And when you say facts, Jessica, do you like do the quotation marks? Because
No, they're real.
just checking, because I'll do
No,
them.
they're real. And if I say that they're not real, they're going to come after me. So,
Yes.
Whoa, okay.
so I got my sources from TexasHillCountry.com.
Tracks that-
Hatchet. What?
So sorry, I'm being snarky. I said that sounds about right.
Okay, yeah.
Texas.
HatchetBookGroup.com, TBS News, Thought Catalog, and Astonishing Legends.
Dang. Okay.
Man, you are like legit.
We are so disorganized. All the organized shit we do.
We do our best.
Our listeners will not be surprised to hear that it took us, I don't know, 30 minutes to figure out our audio over here for you, poor lovely. So embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my
Erin
gosh,
gets
no, we
to
did
do
not care.
Drinking. I'm like, they'll be fine.
Oh.
They'll get another-
That'll work out.
Oh, we're all good. So I'm going to start out with, it says 10 facts, but I think it's only 9.
Liar.
I probably took one out thinking this is shit. So Black-Eyed Kids will look like normal human children between the ages of 6 and 16, but with pale skin and completely black eyes.
Ugh,
So there's no white.
Hmm.
I don't like that.
It's horrific.
Additionally, people who have been in close proximity to Black-Eyed Kids report a feeling of unease that washed over them. While nothing about the children's appearance, aside from the eyes, genuinely frightened everybody, they still reported feeling either anxious or scared in their presence.
I feel that way around any child.
Right.
Yes.
Also,
You never
we're
know what they're gonna do.
elementary school teachers.
Yeah. We've met the scariest of the scary.
Did you say middle school?
Elementary. No, middle
okay.
school is
Oh.
scarier, but
Yeah. I was a high school teacher for 3 years, and then I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody told me I needed to go into teaching. I'm like, hell no. Hell no. I'm not dealing with that. Some people have also reported seeing black-eyed kids that have talons for feet
Ooh.
or other demonic attributes,
oh my gosh.
but most sightings are of seemingly normal children.
Okay.
Hmm.
But imagine a child coming at you with like talon for feet.
No, thank you. I will not imagine that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you are my prey.
I mean, I am safe crisis trained. I could take him down.
Oh,
I got this.
Perfect.
especially if you're in Texas.
Except for in Texas, they make them a little different down there.
Black-eyed kids are also commonly described as wearing dated clothing or dressing in a manner that is not typical of a normal child their age. The teenagers appear to be wearing clothing described as homemade, and the smaller children appear to be wearing vintage clothing. And I don't know why that creeps me out so much more.
I think it's
Well,
rude.
Well, it's off. It's like there's something really not right.
Your clothes look homemade.
Not what I meant.
So rude.
That is not what I
The
meant.
poor black-eyed kids are getting bullied in school.
I think what they're talking about mostly is like Victorian
Yeah.
style
right.
clothing, right?
You're from like you're a vampire almost or something. Like you're from a
Immortal.
different
Yeah.
immortal. You're from a different era. You're
Glitter
a
in the
demon.
sun.
Like that's what they're
Yeah.
alluding to here, right?
Maybe. Some think aliens.
Like
Yeah.
Ash said, glitter in the sun.
Glitter in the sun.
Oh. My favorite topic in the
here
world.
she goes. She's in her favorite topic right now. Good.
Well, and Erin, you just talked about the Cullens house, so
That's right.
Oh, just talked about it. Talks about it every fucking episode.
Yo, my prank to my husband for April Fools. We have like a photo frame shelf with a bunch of pranks, and I put a picture of Edward Cullen when he first smells Bella, and he's like, I put that in our bathroom, and I didn't say anything. And Kevin's like, I think I found your April Fool's prank. I was like, yes.
yeah,
I love that so much.
that's amazing.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, Jessica. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. That's okay.
They glitter? Is that for real? Did you say
To be
that?
fair,
No,
you said
no.
vampires.
Oh, okay. I thought for a second Jessica said they glittered.
No.
No, I
No.
did because you said vampires and then I said glitter in the sun.
Oh, 'cause you knew. Yeah.
Yeah. Black-eyed children will always ask you for something, and it's always something that involves being in closed quarters with you. They'll ask for a ride in your vehicle, or to enter your house to use the phone or your telegraph.
Oh.
Don't have one of those.
I
Haven't
just
had
put
one
it
since
away.
the 80s.
The earliest reported sighting of a black-eyed kid was journalist Brian Bethel in 1996. The story has been added to internet creepypasta lore, but to this day, Bethel insists that the incident was real and happened exactly how he reported it.
Wow, that's interesting.
And I'll get into his story in a little bit.
Okay.
In 2014, a British paper reported that sightings of black-eyed kids around the world are rising. And theories about the black-eyed kids are that they are vampires, aliens,
Always
Yeah.
an alien. Always an alien.
or of demonic origin.
Lore for sure. See
Yeah.
what I did there?
Right. Good job.
Rhyme, poet.
They might knock on your door on a late wintry night. You may see them approaching your car while you're waiting at the signal or a gas station. And it might seem like they need help, or they might just stand still for no reason at all.
Oh,
Mm,
ew.
mm-mm.
I don't like that.
and
I don't like
scare
if
you down.
fast or completely still.
Yeah, either way is bad.
It's really still. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
Just be normal. Just walk normal.
Just be normal.
Just be normal.
Name of this episode. Just be normal.
So, like I said earlier, they don't look threatening. They just look fucking weird.
Yeah.
They want help with something. They're so persistent. Like they get angrily persistent.
Again, sounds like my 4-year-old.
I know.
Right?
Children. Like they keep asking for more and more. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
persistent. Yes, I got it.
Mhm.
And when you look at them and you finally see that their eyes are just completely black voids, a chill will run up your spine.
Yeah, I believe it. I feel it now.
Black-eyed children or black-eyed kids is an urban legend of paranormal creatures that resemble children. These creatures with pale skin and black eyes have reportedly been seen hitchhiking, panhandling, or at the doorsteps of residential homes.
Mm.
A dozen stories keep circulating, all following a very similar pattern. Kids with eyes completely blacked out appear at homes or vehicles, knock on the door, and then insist upon getting inside the house. Anyone who encountered them has almost immediately felt an overwhelming sense of dread.
Again. Sorry, I keep pointing it out, but I'm like, yeah. Try being a teacher every day.
Overwhelming sense of dread.
No one knows where or how these creatures popped up, and conspiracy theorists believe that black-eyed kids are aliens trying to reach out to their Earth. Demonologists believe they are children of the devil himself, and if you let him in, you are allowing the devil to enter your life.
Oh.
Mm.
Could
And
be.
then what happens? Like, so
Oh.
this is what I always ask Erin.
She's going to tell you.
Okay.
I bet. Right? You're going to tell her what's going to happen?
Mhm.
Because I've heard some podcasts about black-eyed kids.
Okay, well, because here's what Erin always tells me: no one knows.
No, that's not true.
No
Not
one
with
That's not
black-eyed
true.
kids.
They end up killing them, I guess.
We've had
No.
one person write in a black-eyed kid story.
and they didn't let him in. I said, well,
They didn't let him in, and I told you what would happen.
You said that no one would know. They
don't-
wouldn't know that it was the black-eyed kids because they wouldn't live to tell their story. And then
No, I'm pretty sure I told you, but I bet Jessica will remind us.
okay, Jessica, take over here. Go ahead.
I will
Sorry.
absolutely remind you.
We forgot you were here for a second, and we just went back to being sisters.
No, we need your chime in. So, as I said earlier, while it may not be the earliest sighting of all time, the earliest reported sighting was in 1996 by Brian Bethel, who was a journalist from Abilene, Texas. In Bethel's report, he describes a late evening out in his vehicle. He had stopped in a parking lot near a movie theater to write a check.
Sounds scandalous. Something going down there. I'd like the team on that backstory. So go ahead.
He's like, "Oh wait, I forgot. I had to write
I had
that
to write
check."
a check.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. The things I had to say were not. Go ahead.
He was so absorbed in this that he didn't even notice. Ashley.
Yeah, he was.
Jessica's
It
only
just fits with what Megan
written
says.
check before. It's hard.
Just because, like, people write checks. Yeah, they did.
You had to write
parking
in
lots.
cursive. You had to write out in letter form the numbers.
Hey, I'm not that young.
I'm just picturing like he definitely was picking up a sex worker.
Thank you. That's what I was going with.
Yeah, that's why I laughed when she said he was really focused on it. I was like,
I know.
Oh, I was thinking that he was just going ham on himself. So,
oh, maybe that too.
oh my gosh. Okay, focus. So he didn't notice that two young boys approached his car. He didn't notice until the older boy rapped on the driver's side window. Bethel rolled down his window and noted immediately a soul-racking fear, though he couldn't understand why.
Because he thought he was going to get caught with that sex worker. But go ahead.
Oh no.
The The older boy said that he and his brother wanted to watch a movie, but had forgotten their money at home. Could Bethel give them a ride? They assured him that it wouldn't take long, they were just two kids, and that they didn't have a gun. Most certainly had a gun, you're in Texas.
Yeah. Sounds like something
Did I
someone
say
who had a
that?
gun would say.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing
Yeah.
makes you feel like you don't have a gun.
Like saying, "Oh, and I don't.
I
have
don't have a gun.
And yes, Jessica, you can say that. Everyone in Texas does have a gun.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot they were in Texas. That probably state that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so and so. I do not have a gun today.
Bethel found the assurances unnerving and noted that the last showing of the film they wanted to see had already started and would be nearly over by the time he could drive them anywhere and get back. The boys started getting irritated and frustrated with Bethel, saying things like, "We can't come in until you say we can."
Hmm.
Bethel stated he went into some sort of a trance and his hand was moving closer and closer to the door handle to let them in.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah. Then he broke eye contact with them. His fear became all-encompassing, and it wasn't until he broke that eye contact that their eyes became completely blacked out, and he broke from his trance and moved his hand away.
Oh,
Mm.
ew.
After that, Bethel tore out of the parking lot. When he looked back to look at the boys, they were gone, and no one was on the sidewalk.
Oh my gosh.
To this day, he stands by his story.
I bet he does.
The worst. That is very scary.
Let
Yeah,
me tell you why he stands by his story. This is what I think. I
I do
think
that
that
for a sex
he
worker.
was probably doing some sort of drug deal, but also I think it's so funny that he's writing a check for this. Like any good sex worker worth her weight is going, or his weight, or they're going to be like, no, cash only. That check is really gonna bounce.
Yeah.
But anyway, or
Can
drug
you
deal.
imagine? Can you imagine pulling up to a sex worker and being like, "Do you take checks?"
Do you take a check? Did you take a check? And how desperate are you? A check? Would that work? No, motherfucker. I did not take a check. I don't know what era you think this is. But anyway, I think that something scandalous was going down. Like maybe it wasn't anything like that, but maybe it was like writing a bribe or doing something that he got really, really, really nervous about doing in a parking lot. Who writes a check in a parking lot at night? Anyway, so he's there, and then these kids, I do believe kids probably came up and they probably did ask him for that. And then he starts getting really, really worried about them seeing too much of whatever it was he was doing in that car, writing the check, who he wrote it out to, whatever. So he is like, oh, I got to get ahead of this. And I've got to paint them out to be
I've
these
got to now write a story about it.
horrible.
Nobody was
demonic
asking.
These two children. If they were have you never seen the movie The Client?
Oh my gosh, I freaking love that movie. But
Thank you. Thank you.
but if you've seen that movie, you know that kid didn't want to talk to anybody.
Yes, but see,
But also, wouldn't he come up with something like they were drunk or they were on drugs over like Black Eyed Kids? That seems a bit
Or-
like
For sure. Or he could just be
I
like,
don't know.
your word against mine, yet 15-year-old.
I also didn't say
and
he was
move on.
he was very good at what he was
The
doing.
man wrote a story about it. There's just no reason to broadcast.
Doesn't mean he was a great journalist. It just means he went there for whatever weird reason.
Mm.
Because maybe they were being pushy. Like maybe they were like, no, for real. And like he spun that into whatever this was to discredit them. And then it takes
stretch.
one creepy, and by the way, Jessica, I love the way you say pasta.
Oh, thank you.
Say it. Pasta. Say it again.
Pasta.
Pasta. I love it. It's the cutest pasta. I'm going to say it that way for the rest of my life. But anyway, that is the perfect way to start that urban legend, that creepy pasta. And then all of a sudden it just takes off, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
See?
Sure.
Jessica, the one who said it, the one who told the story. disagreed with me.
There's just no reason to write about it.
You will learn very quickly. I am the type of person that always tries to see both sides of the story.
Yeah, that's great. Me too.
but also always believes.
Oh, absolutely. I think blackout kids are the real
Me
shit.
too.
Paranormal. Mm.
Yeah.
Me too. I feel like I like to listen to both sides, but I always know the right one.
Same.
All right. I have some other stories. Okay.
Oh, good.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
on,
Well,
grab
it's
my
not just one. I have other sources.
Okay, great. Megan's grabbing the other beer I prepared.
It's okay. Keep going. I can hear you.
Another story goes like this. In the snowy town within the middle of nowhere of Vermont, an elderly couple heard the sound of 3 loud knocks on their door. They opened the door and saw 2 children, a boy and a girl. Parents will be here soon. May we come in?
Ooh.
The children did not make eye contact and just stood there in the doorway. The elderly couple were hesitant, but after a while they let the boy and girl inside.
Oh
No, don't do that.
no.
The kids settled on the couch while the wife made some hot cocoa and the husband asked them questions that went unanswered. The wife returned and noticed that her cat was scared and angry with the children.
Mm.
May we please use the restroom? The wife looked at the kids and she finally saw them. The children's eyes were as black as a starless universe.
Oh
Mm.
my
She
God. Sorry. That was
She couldn't
beautiful.
get past how dark that was. That was like the darkest thing I've heard of.
This is starless.
That was
That
starless
was
universe.
beautiful writing.
I did like that. That was real good.
Yeah, whoever wrote this was the best.
I'm giving you all the credit, Jessica. Don't tell somebody else wrote it.
Oh, okay.
It was all
me.
Jess.
She directed them to the bathroom and returned to her husband, who was covering his face with his hand.
Oh gosh.
Did you see their eyes? The husband then showed her his hand full of blood from a nosebleed.
Oh, see, this is what happens, Megan.
Or a coincidence. Yeah,
Oh
nosebleed.
my
Nosebleeds
gosh.
happen. Okay, go ahead.
The power suddenly went out, and the house turned as dark as their eyes.
Oh, that's as dark as a starless universe.
So dark.
I almost said unicorn out of my fear. That wasn't right. Okay, sorry.
Get it together, Erin.
Sorry.
You don't have to keep apologizing. You're all good.
I just sorry for almost saying unicorn.
Oh, no. Erin's been conditioned. She will apologize even if she gets attacked by an attacker. She'll apologize to the attacker.
It's rough.
That's
I'm really
how
trying
I
to
am.
Sorry about it.
See? Such dork.
The wife headed to the restroom and was confronted by the voice of the kids at the end of the hall uttering, "Our parents are here."
Oh,
The kids then exited the house, leaving the door wide open.
Mm.
The wife then noticed that there were 2 men at the end of the driveway. The men were very tall and slender.
Oh,
The wife,
the last story.
yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah, with the backwards knees.
Mhm.
Ugh.
The wife waved, but she did not receive the same friendly gesture. The 2 men and children then drove away together in one car. The power then came back on a little later after they left, and throughout the next week, weird things happened in the house. This is really sad. 2 out of 4 cats went missing, and the 4th had been found dead in a pool of its own blood.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is sad. It'd be sadder if they were dogs, but it is
I
sad.
knew you were gonna say something. We're not cat people. Erin Taylor. You can't just
I'm
can't
kidding.
throw it
It's
out
so
there.
sad. It is sad. I know people love cats. They were probably really
I had-
bummed.
I had to throw my cat out of my closet.
I had a cat
I
running
thought that was
around
going to
here. I
end
don't know where she
darker than
went.
the closet, so I'm glad it was the closet.
The husband continued to have nosebleeds, so he finally went to the doctor, where he was diagnosed with a very aggressive skin cancer.
Oh no.
Don't
Related
let
to
them in your house.
black-eyed children. The black-eyed
Yeah.
children gave him cancer.
Erin Taylor.
They gave him cancer. Did you hear the same story?
Shh, quit interrupting her story.
She's nodding.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Because isn't there another story that you're going to tell, Jess? That's okay.
She's like, yeah, these sisters would shut
I
up.
know. That's why I said.
Oh
couldn't
no, because I think there's another story that ends in cancer type stuff too.
Weird.
So I think
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Nowadays, people still claim to see the black-eyed children when driving late at night down an empty road or outside of their window late at night, or
Ugh.
even lurking in the shadows of their room.
Oh my gosh, no thank you. You're not allowed there.
It's
No.
okay. It's real.
Many people have reported seeing the black-eyed children standing in the corners of their rooms during their episodes of sleep paralysis, or
Oh,
even waking up in the middle of the night because they sensed that someone was watching them in the shadows.
Ugh.
we
So
do a
what-
lot of sleep paralysis episodes, but I'll let you all go back and listen to those because our listeners
They're
probably know good.
so
Lord,
creepy.
sleep paralysis again.
I can't imagine having to deal with sleep paralysis. Oh, that sounds awful.
It is awful.
So I have another story. I'm just gonna keep pushing through.
No, go for it. You're doing
Jessica,
great.
Do it.
Poor
Okay,
Ashley's
okay.
yawning. I feel so bad.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm an old lady and I get tired early, but I'm fine.
Oh, my bedtime was like an hour and a half ago. So the mere idea of black-eyed kids personally just terrifies me. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
And this is also from this story. So the author is also terrified of black-eyed kids.
Oh.
They said, I didn't understand what the big deal was. I don't know why. I mean, I read the online stories and articles about black-eyed kids just like everybody else, but I just didn't have that visceral reaction so many other people did when reading about them. They said, so I embarked on a quest. Don't do that.
Oh no, Megan does this all the time.
Yeah.
She's like, "Fuck fairies, bring it on!" It's like, don't.
Oh
say
no, Megan.
I know, Ashley. So you're not skeptic.
Ashley, you're not that skeptical. Don't at my level.
I don't think I'm on your level. I think I miss what's the word I
Yeah,
want?
judged.
Thank you.
Misjudged. You did something. Overshot our connection.
No. Every time I'm like, stop, don't say that, don't say that. At my house, we record at my house.
We did an episode on like one of our third episodes or something like that is on the Ouija board. And
Ugh.
there's a specific demon that comes through the Ouija board a lot, and you're not supposed to say his name.
Yep.
And I refuse to say it.
Don't say it. You are in my house again. Don't say it.
Do it all the time.
So I said his name 3 times.
What happened? What happened?
Beetlejuice.
I had a nightmare that night.
Ah, see.
It's almost as though your brain.
No. It was the most terrifying dream I have ever had in my entire life.
Ugh.
This demon like lunged and screamed like this guttural howl at me, and I literally jumped awake.
Ugh. I don't like that.
But how
was
comforted
so
are
scary.
you to know that your brain is so powerful that it can do something like that?
Isn't she annoying?
It's not.
I'm
My brain
sorry.
is stupid.
Right? All brains are. They are so stupid that they will do that. They will latch on to something so ridiculous. Like, tell your last story because I cannot wait to tell you what I think it is. Go ahead, Jessica.
Okay. So I embarked on a quest. I'd show people just how unscary these things were, whatever they were. Who knew if black-eyed kids were even a real thing? And I'm the kind of person who needs to see it for myself.
Megan,
Mm.
did you write this?
Exactly, Ashley. Exactly what I
No,
was
because
thinking.
I would tell you. So it turns out nothing is there. But go ahead.
This next line will prove that it wasn't Megan. Okay.
Oh.
Mhm.
I began doing a lot of research online.
So well played, Jessica. Oh, it's so true.
That is my favorite moment.
Podcast. Beautifully done. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sorry.
Do not ever
Every
apologize.
second
That
of
was
it.
perfect.
I looked at the paranormal sites. I watched scary videos on YouTube about black-eyed kids. And from everything I gathered, they found you. You don't find them.
Mm.
And it seemed like it was pretty much just by chance if they did find you. So what was I to do? I came up with a plan. I began putting up anonymous ads on Craigslist. Craigslist?
Just one list, just Craigslist.
He does own it though, so put that S on
It's
the
just
end.
it, yeah.
Okay. It read, Black-eyed kids, I am not afraid of you. I want to meet you. 9
Oh.
p.m. Wednesday, the park bench on the corner of 3rd and Washington. Show me why I'm wrong and I should be afraid.
Oh my gosh, so many wide open debunks in that. But go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Wide
bench-
open debunks.
Yeah.
The bench was only like a block from my apartment, so every Wednesday I would walk down there and see if anyone or anything came by. I usually wouldn't sit there. I'd stand back and watch. I'm not stupid. I may not be afraid of black-eyed kids, but I knew the internet can attract some weirdos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes
And
me
it
feel
did.
good about your brain.
And it did. She said.
Occasionally. Nothing exciting enough to write about, though, and a couple pervs and some teenage kids joking around.
Ashley's parents.
That was about throwback film. Well done. Well done.
They kept saying they were bird watching.
Bird watching.
Or
The night
writing
birds,
some
the night
checks.
birds.
Writing some checks.
They are
So
of the age of check writing
And bird watching.
and bird watching.
It's all coming together.
So this went on for 6 months, and then I stopped posting the ad.
Oh,
The
wow.
week that I stopped, I got a knock on my door.
Oh.
I was sitting on my couch, and it was a little after 9 o'clock at night. I don't know how to explain it, but the second I heard that knock, my skin went ice cold.
Ooh.
I didn't need to get up. I knew who it was, and much to my surprise, I was already terrified.
Wow.
I was wrong about not being afraid of black-eyed kids. The fear is on a different level, an instinctual, primal level.
Oh.
But still, I managed to get up and open the door, and there was a kid about 9 years old. Olive skin, dark hair, solid black eyes staring up at me.
Oh. It's horrible.
Can I come in? He said. I was speechless. After what seemed like an eternity, I responded with a no. And I began closing the door. This part's so creepy. I'm like, I have the chills.
Ooh.
We missed you at the park tonight, the boy said.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
It's almost like they read the ad.
But how did they find him at home?
Ash
This
is
is
suddenly itchy.
itchy.
They're not lice.
But are we sure?
That's true. Maybe.
Yeah,
Aw,
that shit's terrifying.
lice is very scary.
and real.
I stopped closing the door. I looked at him and my mind started to race. They've been watching me. The boy smiled up at me. I took everything I had to make my arm move again, pushing the door closed and locking it.
Oh, no.
As soon as I shut the door, I gasped for air. I hadn't been breathing. I sat back against my wall, facing the closed door. He was still there.
Oh.
I waited. Nothing. It took me at least an hour to move from that spot, staring at the door. I didn't sleep that night or the next night. Eventually, I collapsed with exhaustion at my desk at work, only to be awakened minutes later by a nightmare memory of that boy.
Sorry, from 2 nights of sleepless night, this person has definitely never had a new woman.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It's been 6 months. I can't explain that fear that washes over your body when you see the eyes on those kids. In the state of your mind, the way your body wants to listen to what they're telling you, what they're asking. I thought if I told you my story, it would help me get over what happened and warn others. I'm positive that these kids are evil, and the people they meet who can't resist whatever power they wield, I don't think we will ever hear from those people again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
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 That's horrible. That's an awful story. I've heard the other two before, but I've never heard that one. That was really, really creepy.
Thank you.
Very,
You're welcome.
Very well written.
Oh,
And
yes.
red.
Oh,
Oh,
and
thanks.
yeah, we never read them that well. We're gonna do minimal editing on this episode, which is like
I love that you said beat. That was
Yeah,
cute.
Yeah, so excited about how much. No, I think. Okay, no, I really want to know from you all. Like, okay, what are black-eyed children to you? What do you think they are?
Ah, I don't know, man. I
All right, Jessica. So, what is it? Is it paranormal? Is it demonic? Is it UFO? Is it?
I don't know, like, because I've seen I have like other stories, but heard other stories as well where they're aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and those men, tall, slender men, are the men in black,
Yeah.
right? So but then also I think vampire because they're wearing old-timey clothes,
And
and they
they
have to exactly have to ask permission to be let in anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then they don't go in unless you say yes, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's really weird.
I don't believe in vampires, but I tend to think they're more on the demonic side. That's where my mind goes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if they fit neatly into any category.
Yeah.
They definitely do. I'm going to give it to you in just a minute.
Good Lord.
But Ashley, let's go back. Wait, I do have a question about what you were just saying, though, is
Yeah.
demonic. So, what do you think happens to when they get let in?
You get cancer and you die.
Stop, Aaron Taylor.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
asking Ashley.
Fine.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think they you die, but I don't think it's like they murder you. Like they're not stabbing you. I think it's like a slow type of exposure type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all very interesting. So that's what. Okay. So I think here's what I think. I think that a lot of it is, first of all, phenomenal storytelling, and I think that and story reading. Jessica, that was amazing. I do think like vampires, what makes vampires and like our culture keep going back to vampires over and over and over again is it's such a great story.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But at a certain point, that lure and that story, what if that starts to fizzle out, that dies out? So what do we need to do to revamp that story?
Revamp.
I didn't even see what I did
I
there.
know you didn't.
But to like make it fresh again is we need it to get back into population. So we need
Because
it.
Twilight wasn't doing it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come
It
on.
didn't do it for all of us, Aaron.
It did it
Vampires
for
that
me.
sparkle. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If I have a vampire, it needs to be Brad Pitt and those teeth, and then Tom. Yeah, I need, and not even them. Just like, they've got to be gritty. They can't be sparkling. Anyway, that's our age gap, I guess. I don't know what that is, but
No, Interview with a Vampire was a great movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen it since middle school, but
I
yeah,
haven't seen it in a while. I watched the series. I liked the series. The series was pretty good.
yeah, I heard it was a good series.
Yeah.
Doesn't he make out with a child in that movie?
listen, you who believes in vampire shit, and it's like that
Yeah, but
they're how old
in
when
real
they
life,
die?
though, Kirsten Dunst was like 11.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's totally wrong.
Ugh.
100%. That's awful.
That's so gross.
Absolutely. I will agree with you on that all day, every day. However, here's my whole point to this is that a good story has to have new life from time to time. So that's what that sounds like to me, is that this has got to be reborn into a new, like, let's catch it on here. These kids who don't age, these kids who have black eyes and they have to be invited in. It sounds very vampire. The second part of that is, just like back, like before science and medicine could explain why a disease would take over your body, there was a whole lot of lore around that. So we know that cancer it's not a lure. We know where it comes from. However, our brains still can't make sense of why it happens to us. Like it's still like, a lot of times you'll hear people go, maybe not so much anymore, but hopefully not anymore. But the people will kind of associate like, well, maybe I deserved it in some way, or maybe I did something like that thought of karma that a lot of people buy into. And so, but back a long time ago, it was almost like if you did something wrong, that equated into this. And so I feel like that is like the current day way of us to try to make sense of this horrible thing that we can't figure out. We can't figure out why cancer happens to certain people.
But not everybody who gets cancer is like, well, I did let these creepy little kids.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But if that's introduced, then all of a sudden it takes away this mysterious thing of like, it can just happen to anybody, because that's terrifying. But if I can say, oh, well, maybe I can protect myself by not introducing myself to these black-eyed kids and letting them come in, then I might have an ounce of control. And that's what our brains always want, is a bit of control in everything. So that story,
I don't know,
can settle people's nerves a little bit. And so you've got two different things there. You've got like lure that is purposeful in two different ways. I don't know if
So
that made
Megan, I was with you on the first part. I can definitely see that. The second part, I'm not with you so much, but I do see the first part, and I can see that being the case as well. If they're not demonic, then I would go with that.
Okay. My whole point is I think it's great storytelling.
I think I could agree, and I feel like you two could both agree that you would not open the door to a small child in the middle of the night, because how scary.
Oh,
However,
I have done that.
Megan, tell your story real quick.
Well, no, because they're all so tired. But listen,
no, tell the story. And actually, I would say if a small child came up to my door, knocking on the door in the middle of the night, I probably would open the door.
You would, and you would.
I would, because I wouldn't immediately think it's a black eye. I'd be like, this kid's in trouble, or it got, the kid got lost or something, So yeah, I think
Ashley and Megan are good people. Tell your story. It was horrible. I was like, as soon as she started telling the story, I was like, that was a black-eyed kid. She's like, no, it wasn't.
And
it
also,
was...
at that point in my life, I had never heard of a black-eyed kid. So I was like, well, that's bullshit.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, tell your story, and then I have one more story.
Oh, great. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to be super quick. I never say that. Guess what? It won't be. So anyway, when I first met my husband, I got pregnant real fast. Like when I first met my husband, I was pregnant with his
4 months pregnant with his child.
Yeah, went down. No, it was definitely his child. But anyway, we
nobody denied that.
Well, anyway, so we
just got to double down on that.
Double down on that, so everybody knows, especially him. I'm kidding. Everybody start a rumor. So
just kidding. It is your kid.
Go to stay with his sister, and I've only met her like one other time, so I don't know her that well. I don't even know him that well. So we're there, and we all go to sleep, and I'm in a place that I've never stayed before, and she goes out to, like, she drives Uber at night and whatnot, and so she left. So the person who owned the home wasn't even in the home. My husband is like snoring. He's out, completely out. I am so pregnant. I cannot get comfortable. So I just keep tossing and turning. And all of a sudden I hear at like 4 o'clock in the morning, this little knock, this tiny little knock. And my stepson and my niece are in the next room. They're asleep. So, and it didn't come from that direction. So I was like, what in the world is that? So I get up and I walk into the living room, and sure enough, at the front door, there's this tiny, faint little knock. Aww. And I open the door, and it's a 4-year-old child. And she's standing there at 4 o'clock in the morning. Lots of 4s in the story. It was in the middle of the night. And I open the door, and she's like, hey, can Madeline, that's my niece, can she come play right now? And I look at her and I'm like, honey, it's the middle of the night. And she's barefoot. It's cold outside. She's got like short sleeves, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this child right now. Like, I don't hear. I don't know. So instantly I'm like, come inside. But then I also didn't want to like scare her, because then she's, where's Madeline? And I said, well, she's asleep, but just come inside and hold on for a second. So I bring her inside, and then I go, and the whole time I'm thinking, I hope she doesn't like leave. Yeah. I have no idea what direction she came from, but I run in and I try to wake up my husband. He does not wake up to anything still to this day.
Useless.
Yeah, I have no idea. So I wake up Madeline, and I'm like, Madeline, there's a little girl here. She's like, oh, that's the next door neighbor. So, and I was like, well, honey, where are her friends? She's like, I don't know. She comes over all the time. So I take her back over, and it's her teenage, like 14, 15-year-old brother that's supposed to be in charge, and he fell asleep on the couch. And she got up and came over, and apparently that was something she would do often. But my future sister-in-law forgot to tell me about that. So anyway, I scolded that young boy severely. I was like, lock the doors. I'm like, she could get out into traffic. There's so many things that are wrong. That's ridiculous. And then I stood on the other side of that door and I was like, I'm waiting until I hear that deadbolt lock. And then I heard it lock, and I was like, okay, good night, everybody. So my whole point is
I
that
can tell you're a mom.
absolutely would. And no, I did not get cancer. But if I had, then maybe I would go back and
Yet.
say,
She hasn't gotten cancer yet.
the day that I flew out to back and say it was because that little 4-year-old child. Oh,
Well,
oh,
you
that-
found the 4-year-old's home and its place of origin, so couldn't have been a
And
black eyed kid.
that black eyes.
But also, let's say this: I was also the only one in the story that went out looking.
Yeah, true.
You know of. Okay.
Yeah, and they're supposed, but she also found you.
Oh, that's right. She came to you.
She did. That's what they're supposed to do, right? They come to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
She didn't have black eyes. She wasn't a black eyed child.
Yeah,
You were just
but-
very trusting.
Okay, but at nighttime, any child can look like they have black eyes.
Ugh. I don't like thinking
children are
about it.
fucking creepy. Like, my kids
They're
think,
so creepy.
Go back to bed. Do not look me in the eye. They feel demonic for some reason. In the
My 3-year-old's favorite thing right now is to tell me that there is a lady that lives in her closet.
Oh, great. Love that.
Write that in, Jessica. That's a good one.
It's
Ugh.
awful.
Oh, I had my 3-year-old was laying on his bed laughing at something in the corner of his room. There's nothing
Oh,
there.
No, I hate that.
Why are children like this?
They're
Why?
so creepy. They're
Because
all
they have
so.
Oh my
amazing
gosh.
imagination.
A way off track again, but one of Cody, my husband, he had a friend come and stay with us. They were like on vacation, and
This
he
is
had
hilarious.
2 little kids, right? And there was like a couple, it was like 2 couples that came, and we didn't have enough room, so we had a guest room. So the one couple stayed in the guest room, another couple stayed in the living room, and the kids were in the living room with him. And so I'm sleeping, and I have 3 cats, by the way. I have 3 cats. And I feel like a
We
little.
love cats.
I also have 2 dogs, so I'm a dog and a cat person.
Yeah, okay,
Sweet.
that's great.
But I'm laying in bed and I feel like a little pressure on my leg, like a cat jumped up, right? And it was like walking up my leg. And so I turned to look, and one of the little kids was just standing there staring at me. Like, oh my God. And he goes,
Not okay.
Dada. And I was like, your dad is in the living room. Let's go get him.
Oh my
that's
God.
He probably like woke up and was confused on where he was,
Yeah.
but it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Bro,
Bet.
can you tell them the story about when you woke up in the middle of the night and Cody came home?
I love that sound. That means yes, I can, and yes, I will.
So no, he did come home. He was home. So we were sleeping. It was the middle of the night. I was pregnant, so I had to get up and pee, obviously, in the middle of the night. And he apparently got up at the same time as me to pee, but I didn't realize it because the way it was, you could walk our bathroom that was off our bedroom. You could walk into the sink in the shower area, and then there was like a separate area where the toilet was with a door.
Okay.
So I come out of the toilet area, and against the counter is just this silhouette, this black silhouette. And in my mind, Cody's still in bed sleeping, right? So I look at it and I just stop and I'm just staring. Apparently, fight or flight, I just freeze. But I'm just stopped there and I'm just staring at this like silhouette, and it's not moving and it's staring back at me.
Cracking up there.
But it's not moving and it's not saying anything. It's just staring at me. And I think this was right after we did an episode on that demon. And so it's like in my head, I'm freaked out. It was in front of a mirror at night, and mirrors at night creep me out anyway. And so and then all of a sudden it started moving towards me.
What?
And I dropped to the ground and I go, oh my God. And my husband goes, babe, it's me. And I was like, why didn't you say anything? Why were you just staring at me? And he's like, I don't know. I was waiting for you to move.
Oh my
no.
God.
So you're both just standing there looking
Staring at each other. And it was pitch dark, so I couldn't see anything. And he
It was
just didn't.
as dark
He
as a
just stared
Starless
at me.
universe.
It was. He was just staring at me. I was like, "Why didn't you say anything?"
Oh my gosh.
That's
amazing.
Because he wasn't even trying to scare me. It's not like he was trying to play a prank. Like that was just how he was acting. I was like, "What is wrong with
He
you?"
was probably just as scared as you were. Like you're not moving either, so you're both just like frozen, staring the shit.
Oh no, it was after our Bloody Mary episode.
Was it?
Oh, so good. I used
Yeah.
to do Bloody Mary.
Oh my god, that's so
Never
Oh.
saw anything, but always wanted a Bloody Mary afterwards.
I was 11.
Oh, I cannot look in my bathroom mirror for like weeks after.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
All right, we got
Okay,
one more story.
one more story. I'm so sorry.
Don't ever
No,
apologize.
please,
We love
take
it.
up most of the time.
Okay. This one is from Hammer Hands.
Sure it is.
Oh, that sounds legit.
It's Edward Scissorhands' cousin.
Oh.
Nice.
Ba-dum-bum. All right. The incident took place about 13 years ago. I don't know how long now, probably like 16 years ago, but whatever. I had just moved to a new city with my wife. We were small town newlyweds from the Midwest. We moved cross country to one of the biggest cities in the Southwest so that I could attend graduate school. Being naive and new to a city and city living, I habitually answered the door without a second thought. Loser.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. Never again after this.
Mm.
The first thing that should have tipped me off to the peculiarity of this situation was the fact that somebody was knocking at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
The second thing that should have dawned on me is this kid had to reach over a rather tall patio gate to unlatch and open it.
Mm.
The knock at the door was startling. My wife and I were getting ready for work, a pretty normal routine. The moment I opened the door, I was overtaken with an inexplicable sense of fear. To this day, I can picture him. Teenager, average height, average build, knee-length black leather coat, short black hair, and sunglasses. The sunglasses at 6 o'clock in the morning struck me as odd, and even odder, he was eating an apple. Which, why is that weird? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's his breakfast.
He also
Yeah,
sounds
weird.
very much like he's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knee-length
was-
leather.
I don't know why,
Totally.
but for some reason I was picturing the Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. He was very polite and asked if he could come in and warm up. I said no, closed the door, and slid the security chain in place.
No, I'm like, yeah, get in here. It's cold.
He's a teenager. He's a teenage boy. He would.
Yes. I'm like, sure, get in
All right.
here.
All right. You're nicer than me.
I know how
I
to
wouldn't a
let
teenage boy. I'd be like,
No.
no, I can call the police for you if you need help, but
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Who
See,
can I call
can
for you?
Still take down a teenage boy. I got one. I live with one. I got one in my house.
She's
can take him down.
5'1", everybody.
And I can take him down.
I'm also 5'1". That wasn't a diss. I'm just saying, like,
and
don't.
I'm also 5'0", but I can throat punch like there's no tomorrow. But go ahead, keep on going. That's not Save Crisis trained. That's just black.
If you had to.
Yeah, if it needed to be.
A moment later, another knock. I opened the now chained door, and before I could speak, he asked again if he could come in and warm up. No, I replied, and attempted to close the door. Before the door could shut, he put his hand out, stopping the door on its hinges.
Oh, that's when you slam that door.
I don't like
He
that.
looked, this part's weird. He looked directly into my eyes, still wearing the sunglasses, and said, "Can I at least get ketchup for my apple?"
What?
Ew.
That doesn't.
Yeah.
Make sense.
sounds like something
Although-
my son would say. He really likes ketchup right now.
Yeah.
He does
Also,
love
teenage
ketchup.
boys are so weird.
Yeah.
I said, "Fuck that. Get the hell out of here. My
Mm.
wife is calling the police." He takes a moment to let this information sink in, lowers his glasses, revealing eyes as black as obsidian,
Ooh.
and says, "No, you won't be calling anybody." At that moment, I forced the door closed, locked it, and called out to my wife. She's scared shitless, hiding in the bedroom at this point.
Oh,
All jacked up on adrenaline, I ripped the curtains back to look out the window next to the door. He was gone. Absolutely no trace of him. I go out onto the patio and check the gate. It's still latched from the inside. That was
Ooh.
fucked up, I think to myself. And as I turn to enter the house, I notice a half-eaten apple lying on the ground.
oh,
Perfectly written.
it
Mhm.
was perfectly written of their true account.
Absolutely.
Did they have a story where they were like pounding on the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's what I thought I remembered.
Oh,
Yeah, just like pounding on the door, like saying that, like screaming to let them in. They
no.
just, there are some stories where they just got so enraged at being said no to.
Oh my gosh. I will tell you right now, you can ask our little neighborhood kids around here.
Oh, they will
Pound
not.
on
They
my
will.
fucking door and you will find out. I will end that story with not the one being scared.
Absolutely.
Kids like, oh, we're never going there again.
Oh yeah, I will turn into a Karen.
Yeah, so I will turn into my mother, and she was terrifying. I open that door and look them dead in the eye. Off my porch right now. It would be horrible. It'd be so scary. They don't want any of that. Don't pound on my door unless you want to find out what's going to happen.
Fuck around and find out.
You're going to fuck
Yeah.
around and find out, and you're not going to like it.
I'll just
Yeah.
cry in a corner. So that's what would happen if you come and pound on my door.
I really feel like we are the same person.
I'll do a lot in common.
You're like, you. I don't like confrontation. Me neither.
I hate conversation.
Well, Jessica, here's what I'll say about those stories is that I think that they are just so perfectly written that it leads me to think they might be fabricated a bit.
It's so annoying. I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
it's your thing.
It's your thing.
It is my thing. And like, here's the thing is that I think it makes a great story. I think it's very cinematic. I think all of it is like chilling. And I just think at the end of the day, real life is scarier than the paranormal.
It's weird that we haven't had any black-eyed kid movies.
It's weird that
Yeah.
no black-eyed kids have gone through my school. Like, why haven't I seen
Well,
them?
they wouldn't go through your school, Megan.
They seek out those that believe in them. That's the problem.
Oh, so you'll never know.
Then okay.
No,
Then
then
you're
I
safe.
Come
will.
tell me on this. Then everybody just start saying that they don't believe.
No, but are they going
We
to try
know
to
they're
prove it?
kryptonite.
Will they try to prove it though?
Who
Ooh, I don't
cares?
know.
Care, I
It's
don't
not
wanna-
true, Aaron Taylor. It is not
Ugh.
true. It makes me so bad when you get to this point where you believe so heavily because I'm like, you cannot possibly believe this.
It's
And
so
I'm so
scary.
sorry, Jessica and Ashley. I don't mean that like because you all do. It's just we grew up in the same house.
Exactly. We grew up in the same house. I don't know why you don't believe this.
How do you believe it?
It's so annoying. You're
Anyway,
so
that's
annoying.
for another night.
All
another
right.
podcast. Aaron,
Is that how you I only heard a couple of your podcasts, but is that how you end most of your podcasts with Aaron? Like, so annoying.
I mean, we always
So
bicker
annoying.
back and forth.
Yeah,
But
we
never,
bicker.
never to that point where I'm like, we grew up in the same house. But I do feel that way. Like our mom would have been like, she was the scariest being ever.
I know.
when it came to children. So
But-
there's no, like, in a great way. Like she was amazing, but also no kid is going to have power over her. Tell you that now.
That is true.
So I'm like, how did you get
But-
raised by that woman and believe that a black-eyed child?
I also got raised by dad, and my one ghost story, not my one ghost story, but one of my ghost stories where I felt a creepy hand that was his father's hand right after he died. Felt it in the middle of the night. And as an adult, dad was like, yeah, that story still creeps me out. I'm like, oh, dad believes.
I have undergone some creepy shit too, so I get it.
Write
you
it
gotta
in.
write in.
Please write it in.
I will.
Write it in.
Nothing creepy's ever
Yeah.
happened to me. Thankfully, I try and stay away from real things because I feel like I would be the one that like something would attach to. I'd have like a demon on me the rest of my life.
Yeah, that would suck.
You're good to go. That shit does not exist.
Perfect.
It's fine.
That's
I'm supposed to
awful.
buy a haunted doll so that I can prove to somebody that it's not. And I will, except that I don't want to pay the money to buy a haunted doll. I love you, Birdie. Anyway, Erin, we've taken up a whole lot of time tonight. So
I
go
know.
ahead and tell everybody where they can get a hold of
Well,
us.
first of all, thank you guys so much for your stories. They were so good.
Yeah.
This was such a fun night.
It
We had
was.
really good grief. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm so sorry. Your stories, you say they come out on Sundays?
Yes.
Great. That's awesome. And tell us where your socials are.
We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon. That's it.
And
right?
YouTube.
Oh, and YouTube. And YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, YouTube.
Y'all are brave. We do not let people see us.
not a huge fan. And I always look like this too. Like I never get done up for it. I'm just like, here I am.
Yeah.
I told
Oh,
Ashley to make TikTok videos of me making my stupid faces while I'm on video.
We sit like awkwardly comfortable in our like on my couch. So I don't want to see
Love
that.
No.
I don't want to see that like setting.
Yeah, they're like,
There's a lot of camera angles. We sit far apart. I mean,
Yeah, it's a lot. We're in the same room. Okay, so please check them out. It's called Histories and Mysteries Uncovered, right?
correct.
Yeah, put the uncovered part in there because there's another histories and mysteries, but they are not as good.
They're not as
Oh.
good.
Check them out. I'm just
And
like,
one of them is named Jessica, so that's
know, it's
confusing.
they're
very
so
confusing.
Yeah.
deceiving.
And she
Yes.
sounds a bit like Turk from Tarzan. That's all I'm saying.
Don't know who that
Oh,
is.
so
now I
Rosie
like wanna go
O'Donnell?
listen.
I appreciate this, Jessica.
It's a lot. And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
And they can't say pasta like I can.
That's right. Pasta.
That pasta.
Pasta.
I could be pasta. I was like, I could listen to that all day.
I know, so fun. Yeah, so go check them out and then rate, review, subscribe to all of their stuff because,
Thanks.
that's the best. And you can find us on our Instagram, on TikTok, and Facebook. You
Mhm.
can rate, review, subscribe. You can write your stories in. You can go to our website at myskepticalsister.com. You can write in directly there, and you can look into our merch, which t-shirts are coming. They're coming.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
I know. I should have been working on my career. I did not this spring break. I just stayed on my iPad and I drew ghosts. And it was so
And
fun.
they're adorable. Well, we might need to do the fresco.
Yeah, that'd be
Fresno.
cool.
Fresco is when you eat
Fresco.
something outside.
That's what I was thinking about, like a sandwich. Nice little sandwich.
Do the Fresno eating fresco.
Oh, that would be so cute.
That's adorable. They would too, because they're all about nature.
Yeah.
I've got a piece so bad. We're gonna
Okay.
wrap this up.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much. What a fun night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Yes, we will talk to you next week. Megan does the stupid goodbye every week. Hold on. Stop it. Stop
I'm
it.
gonna throw the phone down.
Say
now.
it.
Okay, look. Because I'm a teacher, elementary school.
This is not
I like
why.
to say, yes, it is.
Okay, fine.
Erin, I will fight you. It is. I say a goodbye in a foreign language so that people can learn.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I try to keep it relevant, so I was trying to look up a Canadian goodbye
Eh?
for Jessica.
Fuck
What do you
off.
say?
Bye.
And I don't believe the internet, Jessica. It says to say salut.
Oh, that's French.
Yeah, and they speak French in
Well, I
Canada.
know, but I'm thinking, Jessica, do you really say
They
salut?
say pasta.
Oh God, no. That's a French thing. So we don't do that.
Oh, no.
Where are you
Okay.
now, Jessica? Real quick.
Ontario.
Ontario still.
And so in Ontario, they say what?
Bye.
Bye, you big freak. They say bye.
I have to be so
Bye,
bad.
bitch.
Bye, bitch.
Bye,
Ah,
bitch.
Love that. Bye, bitch.
Bye, bitches.
Okay, I gotta pee.
La 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 la.
I'm sorry. Will you hold on 1 second?
Yeah.
Something's happening with my kids. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries.
Hey, what are you doing? Are you trying? Is your car? What's happening? Who's doing?
What happened? Who's doing this?
What are you doing? What?
Her child's crying because she's bored.
Oh.